I was coming through the woods about midnight, and through the trees I seen it a-hovering there. I hauled off and started thinking, my big eyes started blinking. I seen me flying saucer right up there, and I said, oh, 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 it's a UFO. Oh, 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 it's a UFO. I lit on out of running, a little motor started humming, and I ain't drunk, I seen me a UFO. There was funny little green lights on one side, and a great big killer spit and one on top. It whizzed and wuzzed and sputtered, then it took off like a buzzard. I just stood there while my lower lip dropped, and I said, oh, 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 it's a UFO. Oh, 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 it's a UFO. It's one of them flying saucers, and it's bigger than a boxcar, and I ain't drunk, I seen me a UFO. Then it turned around, then it headed back to me, and a window opened up on the side. Something green stuck his head out, looked like a big old Brussels sprout, asked me if I'd like to take a ride. Then I said, no, 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 UFO. No, 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 UFO. My feet lit out of running, old Brussels sprout was a-coming, and I ain't drunk, I seen me a UFO. Yeah, I said, no, 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 UFO. No, 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 UFO. The last thing I remember was a run through the timber, and I ain't drunk, I seen me a UFO. I ain't drunk, I seen me a UFO. I ain't drunk, I seen me a UFO. I ain't drunk, I seen me a UFO.
Bringing Mary home.
I was driving down a lonely road on a dark and stormy night, when a little girl by the roadside showed up in my headlights. I stopped and she got in the back, and in a shaky tone,
She said, my name is Mary, please won't you take me home?
she must have been so frightened, all alone there in the night. There was something strange about her, her face was deathly white. She sat so pale and quiet there in the back seat all alone.
I never will forget the night I took Mary home.
I pulled into the driveway where she told me to go, got out to help her from the car and opened up the door. But I could not believe my eyes, the back seat was bare.
I looked all around the car, but Mary wasn't there.
A small light shone from the porch, someone opened up the door. I asked about the little girl that I was looking for, and the lady gently smiled and brushed a tear away.
She said, sure it's nice of you to go out of your way.
But sir, 13 years ago today, in a wreck just down the road, our darling Mary lost her life, and oh, we miss her so. So thank you for your kindness and the troubles you have shown. You're the 13th one who's been here, bringing our Mary home.
You're the 13th one who's been here, bringing Mary home.
The late show is over, it's just about time. Ever since you've left me, I've almost lost my mind. In just a few minutes, a knock on the door. At 3 o'clock every night, ghost memories walk forward. Ghost memories walk forward. Once dragging the chain of lies that I told you. Once wearing a wedding band made of fire that's blue. Oh, there must be a million of them in the clothes you wore. At 3 o'clock every night, ghost memories walk forward. Ghost memories walk forward. But me can see them even though they're every place. People know how they scare me when they look upon my face. If I moved into a new house, they'd surely find the door. At 3 o'clock every night, ghost memories walk forward. Ghost memories walk forward. Once dragging the chain of lies that I told you. Once wearing a wedding band made of fire that's blue. Oh, there must be a million of them in the clothes you wore. At 3 o'clock every night, ghost memories walk forward. Ghost memories walk forward. Ghost memories walk the floor.
Take your drink to the end of the bar, buddy, let her stay there. Now don't be a fool. I'd as soon have a hot seat in Sing Prison than to sit down by her on that stool. What's that you say? I guess you're right. It's nothing to me. See that man? She belongs to him. Buddy, better drink up and go while you can. I can tell by the way he looks at you, buddy, that he's sure a quick-tempered, jealous man. What's that you say? I guess you're right. It's nothing to me. There you are, stretched out on the floor. Buddy, now you see what you made him do. Here they come to take him off to jail, buddy, and tomorrow someone will bury you. Oh well, that's life. or it was. It's nothing to me.
$1 in the jukebox and played the blues. I bought a round of drinks at the bar like I sometimes do. I asked old Joe, just how long has it been? And as we speak of the devil, she walks in, and hearts go to breaking, and she goes to taking every fool who lays his eyes to rest on her. And I keep losing, and she keeps choosing any fool she wants to take to the devil's den. I'm getting restless, but I'm trying to stay cool. So I asked a friend of mine for a game of pool. But she knows that I'm easy, and I'll give in. And as she makes her way toward me, I'll go again. And hearts go to breaking while she goes to taking every fool who lays his eyes to rest on her. She keeps choosing any fool she wants to take to the devil's den. And hearts go to breaking while she goes to taking every fool who lays his eyes to rest on her. While she keeps choosing any fool she wants to take to the devil's den. And tonight I'll be that fool in the devil's den.
Little boy, why do you weep? You've lost all hope and pride. Because my dad was a murdering man, and on the scaffold he died. My daddy was a fighting man, a cold and heartless soul. He had a violent temper that he never could control. One night he got into a fight. They say he lost his head. And when the smoke had cleared away, the other man was dead. Ma tried to hide him in the barn the day the sheriff came. And when they led him off to jail, she hung her head in shame. She never blamed him for the crime the law could not forgive. It dragged her down and down until she lost the will to live. Little boy, why do you weep? You've lost all hope and pride, because my dad was a murdering man, and on the scaffold he died. I dreamed I was an angel that fell into disgrace. My wings came off and left me, and I flew out into space. The darkness had no bottom, through emptiness I fell. My face began to laugh at me, and then I heard it yell, nightmare, villains and meanies tracking me down. Nightmare, devils and genies floating around. Nightmare, witches and goblins walking on air. Nightmare. I found a bush of goldfish in a hothouse packed with ice. My pockets couldn't hold them, so I traded them for mice. The mice turned into rabbits and then to kangaroos. They auctioned off my union suit to pay my union dues. Nightmare, villains and meanies tracking me down. Nightmare, devils and genies floating around. Nightmare, witches and goblins walking on air. Nightmare. A space patrolman caught me and took me to the moon, but I flew back to nature on a 2-bit toy balloon. I landed in the ocean right on a buttercup and lived on pickled herring until someone woke me up. Nightmare, villains and meanies tracking me down. Nightmare, devils and genies floating around. Nightmare, witches and goblins walking on air. Nightmare.
I was driving through the desert and the stars were shining bright. A rocket ship was racing through the starry night in flight. To my surprise it landed far out on the desert sand. The passengers aboard her was a Mars hillbilly band. When they landed in their rocket ship in Nashville, Tennessee, there sure were lots of other folks surprised as much as me. Invasion of the Opry with the boogie-woogie play enthused the country listeners who began to swing and sway. A real hillbilly band from the planet Mars were picking and a-singing with their fiddles and guitars, grinning for the people just like real hillbilly stars. The Grand Ole Opry special was the rocket ship from Mars. They were strange but handsome creatures in their cowboy suits so bright. They sure did know their business and they played with great delight. The top hillbilly star from Mars, a tall, lean sort of man, cut a dashing figure, said his name was Ernest Pan. History was made in verses down in Tennessee that night. The band from Mars kept playing and they sang with all their might. They said they had been listening to us just right along, but what had brought them down to earth was a good hillbilly song. A real hillbilly band from the planet Mars were picking and a-singing with their fiddles and guitars, grinning for the people just like real hillbilly stars. The Grand Ole Opry Special was the rocket ship from Mars.
So the love you left me for didn't turn out so well, and I guess you know by now what it's like to live in hell. I heard they brought you here because you lost your mind. But like me, you recover in time. When he left you, I know what you went through. 'Cause when you left me, I went through it too. This jacket they make us wear is not so bad, you'll find. And like me, you'll recover in time. Why, it was just yesterday they let me out to play. In just one short year, I've come so far. So remember what I say. You won't always be this way. You can be like me if you try real hard. Since we both shared the same name not so long ago, it seems strange they would put you and me so close. If this dream could just turn to be reality one time, then like her, I'll recover in time. I know I'll surely recover in time.
These Berkshire roads and lots of things, one thing they ain't is kind. If it's the place you're gonna race, good luck crossing the finish line. The race starts down at Dewey's, 3 bourbons and a beer, and a handful of amphetamines that chase away your fear. The race goes round the reservoir, 10 miles up your hill. Haven't been a lot of winners, not too many live to tell. Only rule is be the first to make it back took on Creeping Pete one lonely year before. There's a cross out there on Pickle Creek next to a mangled ford. Old Creepy crossed the finish line, a smile on his face. Said a pussy like my brother had no business in this race. So here we are on Halloween, 1 year right to the day. Creepy Pete is gold to me, says I'm afraid to play. Says I'm just like my brother, that poor fool just couldn't drive. Tell him if he's got the balls, just take a little ride. Samantha begs me not to go see Pete, he's never lost. 11 times the finish line, old Creepy Pete is crossed. Your brother was a blast, Pete says, but you'll be much more fun. He hops in his Camaro, Dewey raises up his gun. Shot rings out, I say a prayer, I put it to the floor. I run this race since I'm here 1,000,000 times before. That Chevy pulls ahead of my old 67 Ford. Got the devil on his side, let's hope I got the Lord. I take him on the first turn, he hits me in the side. He's laughing louder than he laughed the night my brother died. We barrel up through Shiner Ridge, he hits me hard this time. He tries to put my Galaxy into a row of pines. We're heading for the one-lane bridge when my brother cashed it in. My 390 is knocking, but I keep that mother pin. Old Creepy isn't smiling now, he looks a little scared. I yell out, this is for Rick, you're riding brick, as he sails through the air. When that Chevy hit that Maple Man, you should have heard the sound. They say that you could hear it 7 miles back in town. Should have seen their faces when they saw my smoking Ford. Limping across the finish line at Johnson's corner store. These Berkshire roads are lots of things, one thing they ain't as kind. Creepy Pete is gone, but he's a dozen for a dime. And me, I am retired, but I gotta thank the Lord. Let the devil have his Chevy, thank God Jesus loves his Ford. These Berkshire roads are lots of things, one thing they ain't as kind. If it's the place you're gonna race, good luck crossing the finish line. The race starts down at Dewey's, 3 bourbons and a beer, and a handful of amphetamines that chase away your fear.
Grab a hold of your baby, hold her tight, 'cause bad and name home is flying tonight. If you see a winter jazz or hear a strange sound, scream your little heads off, the pattern's around.
Yeah, that's right, it's loose tonight. What a sight.
Yeah, that's right, I'm loose tonight.
What a sight. Stay close to your baby, don't leave her alone. She might be a day far better than mom.
I'd take her to dancing, we'd have a ball. She'd never get back to you at all.
Yeah, he's cool, but way I'm cool. What a fool.
Yeah, I'm cool, a crazy cool. But I'm no fool. When I have a date, shock to the cool spook box.
Then they'll do the twist Pennsylvania style, although she's screaming all the while.
Look at I'm a hold of your baby and hold her tight because Madam Lemon is looking tonight.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. He's loose tonight. Yeah, yeah, that's right. He's such a fright. Yeah, yeah, that's right. He's loose tonight. Yeah, yeah, that's right. He's such a fright. Yeah, yeah.
Way up on the mountainside, look what I found. Great big man tracks sinking in the ground. It's a legendary Sasquatch they're all harping on, but old Bigfoot, he's been there and gone. He's big around the middle and he's broad across the rump, going 90 miles an hour, taking 40-foot a jump. Ain't ever been caught or ever run up a tree. Some folks say he sings a lot like me. He's been seen by almost everybody, almost everywhere. He's mostly been seen when he wasn't even there. They say he's a monster with the mind of a child. I think he's just a logger, that problem went wild. Well, he's big around the middle and he's broad across the rump, going 90 miles an hour, taking 40-foot a jump. Ain't ever been caught or ever run up a tree. Some folks say he sings a lot like me. They've chased old Bigfoot as far as he can go. When they'll catch and civilize him, well, nobody knows. He shouldn't have to suffer over modern man's whim. You wouldn't want your sister to go to school with him. Well, he's big around the middle and he's broad across the rump, going 90 miles an hour, taking 40-foot a jump. Ain't ever been caught or ever run up a tree. Some folks say he sings a lot like me. Some folks say he looks a lot like me. Gone and I'm left here jilted on the church house lawn. Through the old graveyard I'm gonna walk around and bury my heart where it won't be found. 6 foot under, 6 foot under, 6 foot under, down in the cold, cold ground. Like words, now my heart is broken. It's all for the birds in the deep, deep hole. I'll vanish safe and sound where you can't get to it. Kick it around. 6 foot under, 6 foot under, 6 foot under, down in the cold, cold ground. 6 foot under, 6 foot under, 6 foot under, down in the cold, cold ground.
I got a woman, she's 6'3". Ooh, buddy, what she doing to me? She got loving that's mighty strange. Vampire, that's her name. Vampire, yeah, vampire. Vampire, yeah, that's my baby's name. Late last night we were out on alone, sitting on a cold graveyard stone. Here comes Dracula and Frankenstein, looking for the sugar at supper time. Vampire, yeah, vampire. Vampire, that's my baby's name. Took Vampire to a rock and roll. When we started to do the stroll, her knees started shaking, her eyeballs twist. Looked like a mummy with the silver new wrist. She vampire, hey, my vampire. Vampire, that's my baby's name. Vampire, she wants to marry me. Set up house in a cemetery. Put a little coffin underneath the ground. Ain't like living way downtown. Vampire, yeah, my vampire. Vampire, that's my baby's name. Vampire, you cold. You just scaring me to death.
Well, I'm married to a devil woman, married to a devil gal. Do me wrong, devil woman, do me wrong, you devil gal. Well, one more time, believe me, baby, one more time and you go away. Do me wrong, one more time and you go away. Well, I love her sweet and I love her simple, I love her softly every day. Love her soft and love her tender, and she does me this way. Well, every day I die a little, every night I will away. Do me wrong, devil woman, one more time and you go away. One more time and you go away. Well, one more time, believe me, baby, one more time you run and play. Do me wrong, devil woman, one more time and you go away. Well, love her sweet and love her simple, love her softly every day. Love her soft and love her tender, then she does me this way. Well, every day I die a little, every night I will away. Do me wrong, one more time and you go away. Well, the more and more I love you, baby, more and more you do this way. Do me wrong, devil woman, one more time and you go away.
Well, a truckin' on the night line, 5:15, trying to get my rig and me to Frisco alive. Fog lights up tight, giving me the creeps, just a Winnemucca trucker with a load of black sheep. I got a belly full of jelly and a head full of pain. Benny me spinning spider webs and messing my brain, trying to get myself together with a shot of Black Sea. What I really ought to get me is an hour of these.
Night rider, losing your mind. Look at those lights till you think you're gonna shine. Night rider, losing your mind. Look at those lights, think you're gonna
Well, the Alabama mammy got a spell on my life. Kansas City kitty cut my heart out tonight. I lost a C note in Reno off of Keno and Craps, and now Smokey's on the overpass a setting his traps. White lines of laser burning holes in my eyes. Feeling like I'm hypnotized, think I'm gonna die. Interstate 80 gonna give me no sleep. Just a winking and a blinking with a stinking load of sheep.
Night rider, losing your mind. Look at those lights till you think you're gonna blind. Night rider, losing your mind. Look at those lights, think you're gonna blind.
Have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. One for my master and one for my dame. One for Jimmy Bowen who lives in L.A.
Night rider, losing your mind.
Yeah.
Look at those lights till you think you're gone blind. Night rider, losing your mind. Look at those lights till you think you're gone blind. Night rider, losing your mind. Look at those lights till you think you're gone blind. Night rider, losing your mind. Look at those lights till you think you're gone blind. Night rider, losing your mind. Look at those lights till you think you're gone blind. Night rider, losing your mind. Look at those lights till you think you're gone blind. Night rider, losing your mind. Look at those lights till you think you're gone blind.
Jim Bob Wilson passed away in 1928. His wife Reba was a fiery woman child. She was 17 and a lovely dream, and everybody said she was bound to go fun crazy and run wild. Jim Bob had hardly more than gotten settled in his grave when the men folks started knocking on her door. They all had pretty flowers and some pretty words to say, but they just got a friendly smile and nothing more. Through the years she never ever gave a man a second glance, though many came and tried in vain to start a hot romance. And when they called her crazy, she smiled and told herself the ghost of Jim Bob Wilson is alive and doing well. In the latter part of 48, a wise old midwife said, the widow Wilson's growing heavy with a child. The town tongue started wagging and they laughed and shook their heads, said at long last Reba Wilson's running wild. In the early spring of 49, her fair boy child was born. Folks said her nameless son would turn out bad, but she named him Jim Bob Jr. and just laughed away their scorn. Said he'll grow up fine and straight just like his dad. For the rest of all her life she gave no man a second glance, though many came and tried in vain to start a hot romance. But she watched her fine young son grow up and smiled and told herself the ghost of Jim Bob Wilson is alive and doing well.
song. You have really got it made if you're hauling goods any place on earth but those Haynesville woods. It's a stretch of road up north in Maine that's never, ever, ever seen a smile. If they buried all the truckers lost in them woods, there'd be a tombstone every mile. Count 'em off, there'd be a tombstone every mile. When you're loaded with potatoes and you're headed down, you gotta drive the woods to get to Boston town. When it's winter up in Maine, better check it over twice. That Haynesville road is just a ribbon of ice. It's a stretch of road up north in Maine that's never, ever, ever seen a smile. If they buried all the truckers lost in them woods, there'd be a tombstone every mile. Count 'em all, there'd be a tombstone every mile. When you're talking to a trucker that's been hauling goods down that stretch of road in Maine they call the Haynesville Woods, he'll tell you that dying and going down below won't be half as bad as driving on that road of ice and snow. It's a stretch of road up north in Maine that's never, ever, ever seen a smile. If they buried all the truckers lost in them woods, there'd be a tombstone every mile. Count 'em off, there'd be a tombstone every mile.
6 feet down in the cold, cold ground. 6 feet down in the cold, cold ground. Did you ever notice the hands on the clock as they travel from hour to hour? They reach their destination together, but the big one requires more power. So if you find you can't keep up while your friend floats along like a feather, keep this in mind, that in the end you're gonna wind up together 6 feet down in the cold, cold ground. Yeah, 6 feet down in the cold, cold ground. 6 feet down in the cold, cold ground, there's a place reserved for you. Don't make any difference if you're rich or poor, you're gonna wind up there too. 6 feet down in the cold, cold ground. I said 6 feet down in the cold, cold ground. So if your friends drive a brand new car and act so high and proud, there'll come a time you'll both be equal. There's no pockets in a shroud. 6 feet down in the cold, cold ground. I said 6 feet down in the cold, cold ground.
Saturday Satan, Sunday Saint, fooling your neighbors, that's what you think. Reading the good book,
singing the hymns. Come Monday morning and it's back to a life of sin. Oh, Brother Brown, all week he steals, tells everyone it's big business deals. The deacon walks by, $1 hits the plate, trying to buy self a ticket to the pearly gate. Oh, Sister Rose, on the very first row, been a-sitting right there 20 years or so. Never hears a word when the preacher speaks. Too busy talking about the bad girl down the street. Saturday Satan, Sunday saint, fooling your neighbor, that's what you think. Reading the good book, singing the hymns. Come Monday morning and it's back to a life of sin. This little song holds good advice, though some people may think it ain't too nice. Well, if you're one who's wearing the shoe, well, there's somebody watching and he ain't nobody's fool. Saturday Satan, Sunday saint, fooling your neighbor, that's what you think. Reading the good book, singing the hymns. Come Monday morning and it's back to a life of sin. Come Monday morning and it's back to a life of sin.
Vẫn thương trong đời, thương mãi nhau thôi. Thôi em theo chồng làm cô dâu xứ lạ, bao nhiêu ân tình giờ tin vỡ theo tin. Đường hoa em đi mưa chiều rưng rưng đổ, ngỡ mưa trong lòng em có vui không? Thôi em theo chồng vui trốn đi kỷ niệm, tin yêu hôm nào giờ giữ anh thương đau. Đường em đi anh, đường anh cô lẽ, bởi không duyên trời đôi ngã chia ly. Em ơi tình chi đẹp khi còn dang dở, em ơi đời mất vui tình đến câu thề. Đừng tiếc thương chi tình yêu đã mất ôi em theo chồng, cành hoa xin trả lại. Hoa chưa phai màu là hoa vỡ yêu đương. Dù cho hôm nay duyên mình mang gian dở, vẫn thương trong đời, thương mãi nhau